Imagine an empire, one of the largest in the world, stretching over 2,500 miles of rugged mountains, dense jungle, and arid coast. An empire with sprawling cities, intricate roads, and a complex bureaucracy that managed millions of people, tons of goods, and a vast army. Now, imagine that empire ran all of this without ever writing down a single word. No alphabet, no scrolls, no stone inscriptions. How is that even possible? Welcome to the greatest administrative puzzle in history. I'm Ibnul Jaif Farabi, and this is Empire Builders, the rise and fall of civilizations. For the Inca, the solution wasn't ink on paper. It was fiber and knots. They used the quipu, an intricate device of colored, knotted cords hanging from a main string. To the untrained eye, it looks like a decorative fringe, an abstract textile. But to a trained quipucamayoc, a knot maker or knot accountant, this was a dense, dynamic record. Each color, each type of knot, its position on the cord, even the spin of the fiber, it all held meaning. They were recording census data, tax obligations, inventory of storehouses, and military organization. Think of it as a tactile, three-dimensional spreadsheet, a database made of cotton and camelid wool. This was the administrative backbone of Tontinsu, the Inca Empire, the land of the four quarters. But here's where the mystery deepens. For a long time, scholars believed quipus were purely numerical, sophisticated accounting tools, but nothing more. Yet, the Spanish chroniclers noted that when they arrived, quipucamayocs could read these cords and recount entire historical narratives, laws, and even poems. The knots, it seems, could also tell stories. They might have been a form of writing, but not a phonetic one that recorded speech. Instead, it was a semasiographic system, conveying meaning directly through symbols, like an airport sign or an emoji, but infinitely more complex. The code was so effective that after the Spanish conquest, some Andean communities kept using quipus to record community affairs, hidden from colonial eyes, for centuries. The last known person who could fully read a narrative quipu died in the early 20th century, and with her, the full cipher was lost. We're left with a library of about 1,000 surviving quipus, and we're still learning to count in their language, let alone read their literature. This absence of a written word, in the traditional sense, shaped everything about the Inca Empire. It created an incredibly specialized, powerful, and memorized oral tradition. The quipucamayocs were the living hard drives of the state. Information was centralized, controlled, and required a human interpreter. This made the empire both highly efficient and uniquely vulnerable. When the Spanish targeted and destroyed these record keepers, they weren't just killing people. They were erasing the very operating system of a civilization. The roads remained. The stones of Machu Picchu stood, but the data that flowed across them was silenced. It makes you think about what we consider advanced. We often equate writing with civilization itself, but the Inca challenged that assumption completely. They built an empire not on a written word, but on a woven one. Their code was not flat and linear, but spatial and tactile. It required a different kind of intelligence, a different relationship between memory, material, and the administrator's hands. In our digital age, where we've moved from paper ledgers to cloud servers, maybe we can understand that shift a little better. The Inca were running on a different, brilliant, and tragically fragile operating system. They remind us that civilization is not about the medium, but about the message, the relentless human need to record, to count, to remember, and to tell our story, whether on a clay tablet, a knotted string, or a silicon chip. For the Inca, their entire world was held in a knot. This was Empire Builders. I'm Ibnul Jaif Farabi. This podcast is a production of Light Knot Studios. Find more of our stories at https://www.lightknotstudios.com.